Welcome, everybody, and welcome to Legend Night, featuring Dutch Savage. At this time, I'd like to call out the MC Master Ceremony, Mr. Pete Schweitzer.
They got a lot of nice girls.
Put your hands together for Mr. Pete Schweitzer.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Portland Xtreme
Good evening, ladies and
Wrestling
gentlemen.
Legend Night.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here tonight. This is a very special night. We have a very special guest with you tonight. How many people are fans of Portland wrestling from back in the day?
Who isn't?
And I'm sure most of you remember who Dutch Savage is, correct?
Who doesn't?
Before I get started talking about his career, we've got a lot of guest speakers here tonight, and I'd like to bring each and every one of them out before I start talking a little bit about Dutch. Starting with one of our guest speakers right now. You know him very well. He's from Texas, if that gives you any hint we're talking about. We're talking about Mr. Tex Thompson.
PXW superstar Tex Thompson in the house to honor the legend, Dutch Savage.
Our next guest speaker coming to the ring. You've seen him with a lot of promotions in the area. He also works with us as well, one of the best referees. Even worked for me back in the day, Mr. Mark Watson.
Ref of the Northwest, Mark Watson in the house here tonight too.
Our next guy's been around for an awful long time. He worked with Dutch back in the day. He's worked with many big names in wrestling. Please welcome Chief Billy Two Eagles.
B2E here tonight at the Whiskey City Rock Bar to honor Dutch Savage. A list of legends here in Portland Xtreme Wrestling.
Our next guest is no one that's ever been unaware of what's going on in the business. He's no stranger to pro wrestling. He's worked with this promotion for a long time and many others, even worked for me back in the day when I was running. Please welcome the Governor, Wilson Kane.
The Governor Wilson Kane on the heels of retirement, showing up here tonight in Portland Xtreme Wrestling to honor a true legend named Dutch Savage.
We have one more guest that we hope will make it tonight. I know he's on the card, and I'm sure he'll be here very shortly, and that's your champion, Mr. C.W. Bergstrom.
Bergie here tonight too, defending his title.
I was
on
informed
this legend
he's
night.
on his way. That's why I wanted to make sure I introduced him. I want to start by talking a little bit about Mr. Savage. I am proud to say one thing. He has become a very good friend of mine. I can actually say he's a fishing partner of mine now. We actually went out last week. And I'm going to try this without my glasses. Please forgive me if I have to put them on because, well, you know, if you're my age. Yeah, exactly. Sight's the second thing to go. Okay, I'm not going there. Okay. Real quickly, just want to say a little bit, and please listen, because this is very important for those of you who don't, you younger children that are here and younger people who don't know much about Dutch. This will give you some significance about his career in pro wrestling. He made his pro debut in Macon, Georgia in 1962 using the ring name Lonnie Brown. Then he spent a few years competing across North America, Hawaii, and in Japan, going by the ring names of Mr. X and Dutch Schultz. You know, he first began using the ring name he has now during a stint in the Kansas City territory. He eventually settled in the Pacific Northwest in 1966, splitting his time between Portland Wrestling and Northwest All-Star Wrestling up in Vancouver, British Columbia. He also had a brief stint with the AWA working for Vern Gagne, where he formed a solid tag team with Hard-Boiled Haggerty. There's a name from the past right there for you. You know what? He wrestled mainly as a heel early in his career, but turned face around 1971 after a feud here in the Pacific Northwest with Apache Bull Ramus. He also formed a legendary tag team here in Portland with Superfly Jimmy Snuka. And they won 6 Pacific Northwest Tag Team titles. One of their reigns lasted for a record 11 months from 1974 to 1975.
Absolutely. The accolades, the titles, they go on and on when it comes to
Dutch
Dutch Savage.
originated the coal miners' glove match in Vancouver, BC.
Very true.
He captured 13 NWA Canadian Tag Team titles, second only to a record of 18, won by Don Leo Jonathan, with whom Dutch won a championship once in 1977. And by the way, in the coal miners' glove match, through his entire career, he was undefeated.
Also true.
He retired from wrestling and was involved in real estate for many years, and then he served as a play-by-play host for Championship Wrestling USA Promotions. And he now makes his home in Yakult, Washington, on a beautiful farm that I've been to out there many times. And I'll tell you what, this is one class act of all of the legends of wrestling I've ever had the opportunity to meet. And I couldn't think of any better way to bring him out and introduce him to you guys right now, but with this right here. Promoter, if you please.
Live from the Portland Sports Arena, this is Portland Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dutch Savage.
Frank Bonema. Brought to you in part by Tom Peterson's, Oregon's largest TV stereo and appliance store. Tom Peterson's, 82nd and Southeast Foster Road. And my friendly Chevrolet in Lake Oswego. Whether you're looking for a new or used car or truck, see the folks at Friendly Chevrolet. And a very good Saturday evening to you all, whatever you might be doing on this great July day and evening. We hope that you're ready to watch some great action.